Where is Ayushi? Has she joined from another ID?
Yeah, I'm
Ayushi,
checking
are
with,
you there?
yeah, I'm checking with Ayushi on call. Just wait for the cue from Adrian, then we'll start. Yeah, we are live.
Hello and good morning to everyone who's joined us today for this YouTube live session. I'm joined by students, teachers, and mentors from Atal Tinkering Labs, the ATL team, and Mission Director, Atal Innovation Mission, Dr. Chintan Vaishnav, for this YouTube live session. It is indeed that moment where all of us have been waiting for many months. We're going to announce the launch of the ATL Marathon with this YouTube live session today. ATL Marathon for 22-23. Every year, Atal Innovation Mission, through its Atal Tinkering Labs programs, which is 10,000 strong now across the country, across 700 districts, celebrates the spirit of innovation by coming together for this flagship competition called the ATL Marathon. This is the fifth edition of the ATL Marathon, and I'm proudly saying this that every year the number of entries goes many folds, the number of innovations goes many times over than the previous years. And rightly so, because as we move into each year, we are joined by many new schools, we're joined by many new innovators who are now accustomed, who are now exposed to the Atal Tinkering Labs. We hope that this year too will be phenomenal in terms of the number of entries and participation and the response that we get from students, teachers, and schools, and of course the mentors who guide them. Today, in this YouTube live session, I'm joined by a student who's going to share her experience and journey of how marathon has been a change and a great experience for the student. I'm also joined by an ATL teacher from Excel Public School, Ms. Jyoti Joseph, who's going to share about her experience, also being one of the schools that has had the highest number of students or teams rather in the top 350 of our previous year's edition of Marathon. I'm also joined by a mentor of change who's also a regional mentor of change, Ms. Gayatri Manikutti, who's joining us from Kerala. She is a regional mentor of change from Kerala. Um, they've all come together in different roles, in different forms to help students put together their innovations, and hence a journey starts. Today, in this YouTube live session, we'll also talk about the journey that a student goes through. Marathon is not really the start or the end, it is really getting exposed to a lot of possibilities. And with this marathon, we hope the same for the students who come together with their innovations. They form teams and come together and share their innovations. Without further ado, I will hand it over to Dr. Chintan Vaishnav to talk a bit about the ATL Marathon and also his words of encouragement for schools and students and teachers to participate in this edition of the marathon. Over to you, Dr. Chintan Vaishnav.
Thank you, Dipali. Thanks, everybody, the ATL team here. Um, and thank you, Jyoti and Gayatri for joining. I also see Srinath here, which is so. Thanks, everybody. This is a very important, very exciting moment indeed. At the ATL Marathon. I have now in a year and a half of being here, a little over a year and a half. I have seen so many interesting outcomes from this program, and it's even sort of the competition hasn't been around for that long, but still you already see how students go on to identify a problem, build a great team, work on a solution, and then take it forward through the subsequent phases like the student innovators program, student entrepreneurship program, and so on. And then they go on to sort of win competitions or form businesses and beyond. So I think this is turning into this runway, if you would, is getting longer and longer. And so, which means that you can fly bigger and bigger planes over it. So I think really excited that this year's marathon has come about. I think this is a very important year, as you all know. This year, India is the host, or India has the presidency of G20. And for the first time in the history of G20, let me first say a little bit about what G20 is, so that we're all on the same page. And I'll also mix Hindi and English, so that some of you who may want me to do that would be can be benefited also. So G20 जो है ये 20 देश हैं, the top 20 countries. ये ऐसे देश हैं कि जहाँ जो दुनिया की पूरी इकोनॉमी है, द ग्लोबल इकोनॉमी, उसके 85%, 85% is conducted by these 20 countries. Let me say who these countries are, first of all. So these 20 countries are Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, France, Germany, India, Indonesia, Italy, Japan, Republic of Korea, Mexico, Russia, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, Turkey, the United Kingdom, the United States, and the European Union. So this is the list of 20 entities that form the G20. This is the highest forum of which India is a part, international forum. So इससे छोटा एक forum है G8 जिसको कहते हैं. India is not a part of G8. And so G20 is the biggest forum we are a part of. And इस बार हर साल G20 अलग अलग देशों में होता है. Different countries have the presidency. Last year the presidency was with Indonesia. This year the presidency is with India. By the way, there are 9 other countries also, so Indonesia is part of that, that are sort of invited countries. And then this year it's with us, and the next year it will be with Brazil. These 3 countries, the previous year, this year, and the following year, are called the Troika. तो जैसे खेल कूद में ओलंपिक्स वगैरह होती हैं इंटरनेशनली, ऐसे इंटरनेशनल पॉलिसी के डोमेन में ये इसका ओलंपिक्स है. सो वी आर hosting that Olympics, if you would. And for the first time, startups have received their own platform called Startup 20 Engagement Group, right? Until now, startup का जो काम था, all the startups affairs used to be taken care of by Business 20 or B20, which is another group under G20, right? So G20 के अंदर अलग अलग विषयों पे अलग अलग ग्रुप्स हैं. इस बार पहली बार with India's leadership, startups have their own platform. So that's a big deal, right? Because we will be able to put out policy that 20 countries should sort of think about following for promoting startup ecosystems, like including tinkering labs like places, right? तो ये बहुत ही बड़ा अवसर है. और इसमें आप पूछेंगे कि ये ग्रुप्स करते क्या हैं. सो ये ग्रुप्स जो है, हर एक ग्रुप जो है, यूथ पे एक ग्रुप है, विमेन पे एक ग्रुप है, बिजनेस पे एक ग्रुप है, टूरिज्म पे एक ग्रुप है, अलग अलग विषयों पे ग्रुप्स हैं. ये ग्रुप्स में 20 देश इस विषय में, जो भी विषय उस ग्रुप का हो, दे कम टुगेदर एंड दे प्रोड्यूस ए पॉलिसी डॉक्यूमेंट जो 20 देशों के हेड्स को जाता है. लाइक इट विल गो टू द प्राइम मिनिस्टर एंड द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया, to other countries it will go, and so on, right? So So and this document then gets considered in जब देश कोई भी दो से ज्यादा देश बात करते हैं, तो ये गाइडलाइंस जो इस डॉक्यूमेंट में लिखी गई हैं वो उसको इम्प्लीमेंट करने की ट्राई करते हैं। जब आप न्यूज़पेपर में पढ़ते हैं कि भारत की भारत की एक मीटिंग जर्मनी से हुई या फ्रांस से हुई, जो भी है, उसमें जो बातचीत होती है वो इस प्रकार के डॉक्यूमेंट से आती है। सो अगेन, this is a huge opportunity, right? And now this year's Atal Tinkering Marathon is actually designed so that we work on the themes of G20 Presidency of India, topics that India has highlighted as important topics such as education, health, agriculture, environment and climate sustainability, development, digital economy, as you know, that's a big success of India, tourism, and many other topics, including startups, as I said. I hope you engage with these themes. Many of your ideas now with this platform have real global potential to reach a global audience. We will, in the year to come, Atal Innovation Mission, of course, is at the center stage because I am going to chair the Startup 20 engagement group. So we will, over this coming year, organize opportunities where your ideas can be showcased to people. So very exciting year. Very excited that this is launching today. I have often said this, which I would repeat here, that really there are four aspects from this, right? One is, how do you articulate a problem that you really deeply care about very well? That's the first aspect. Second is, how do you come up with, in a team, come up with a very creative solution to it? Third, how do you come up with a way of taking that solution to those who are supposed to benefit with it? The fourth was, I would come back to the team again. I think this journey, you should be able to make some of your greatest friendships through this journey. This is the time to learn to build teams and so on. So great to see you all. All the very best for the marathon, and look forward to some great ideas coming to the G20 Presidency of India. Thank you very much. Back to you, Dipali. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dr. Chintan, and thank you for touching upon the very important theme of G20, which is in fact the theme of this year's marathon. I think it was important for everyone to get a perspective of what this really means for India and the world. And that's the very reason why it is the theme for marathon as well. We want to have purposeful innovations. We want you all to feel that there is a pathway forward. And this is really something that will connect very well to the larger conversation that is happening. And you'll be seeing that happening around you in this year. With that, let me open up a video on ATL Marathon to give a snippet of how the ATL Marathon is going to be and has been. It'll just give you a sense of it. And following that, we will walk you through the details of the marathon this year, including the theme, what's new this year, and the various other aspects of timelines, etc., for the marathon this year. So for those of you who've never participated in a marathon, this is going to give you a sense of what it is. hope that gave you a glimpse of the ATL Marathon. And let me invite my colleague Pratik Deshmukh from the ATL team, along with Suman Pandit, who are driving the marathon for this year, to share a bit more about the ATL Marathon 22-23. Over to you, Pratik.
Everyone, uh, Suman, we can start presentation.
While we get started and share more details about the ATL Marathon, there are three new aspects. Every year we try to include something new into the marathon and give it a new flavor. This year we have three new aspects in the ATL Marathon. Was first of all, we've got a lot of feedback from all of you that there should be a potential to innovate for themes beyond the themes that are suggested in that year, for a problem statement outside the themes as well. In case you feel very passionate about it, or there is a problem statement that needs that innovation. So, hence, this year we also have the option of others, which is you could identify your own problem statement outside the problem statements which are under the G20 umbrellas themes. You can identify your own problem statement and innovate for it. So that's the first new thing that we're bringing this year. The second new thing that we're bringing out this year is that you will be able to see this in two languages, not just see the form and application and apply online in two languages, which is Hindi and English. पर आप इसके अलावा अपने एंट्रीज भी हिंदी में दे सकते हैं. सो हिंदी और इंग्लिश में आप दोनों में ही ये फॉर्म देख सकते हैं, अप्लाई कर सकते हैं ऑनलाइन, और अपनी एंट्रीज भी आप हिंदी में भेज सकते हैं इस साल. तो ये एक नई चीज जो हमने इस साल करी है कि सिर्फ इंग्लिश में नहीं, हिंदी में भी ये फॉर्म अवेलेबल होगा और एंट्रीज आ सकती हैं. Third new thing that we've done this year is that, of course, the theme is different this year, which is G20. G20 की थीम है इस साल, जो कि हमारे मिशन डायरेक्टर डॉक्टर चिंतन ने भी इसके बारे में बताया, आप सबको समझाया G20 क्या है और इस थीम पे आप इनोवेट कर सकते हैं. इसके अंदर कई अम्ब्रेलाज और थीम स्टेटमेंट्स हैं, वो अभी प्रतीक आपको दिखाएंगे कौन से प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट्स हैं. एंड लास्टली, this year we are trying to have more concise timelines. I'll hand it back to Pratik, so he will talk more about it.
Yeah, thank you, Dipali. So, as Dipali told you, this year we are trying to make it concised. We have concised the timeline so that we finish the marathon within 1 year. For last few years, the subsequent programs after marathon have spilled over. This year, we are trying to make it tight so that the school students get ample time to experience the SIP and SCP journey, of which I'll talk about briefly. Suman, can we go back? Yeah. So this is a journey of a student of in ATL Marathon. For next 2 months, you will be working on a project based on one of the themes that we have selected for you. As Dipali pointed out, this year we have also included others option where you can select a problem statement as per your the problems that you see around you and provide solutions and innovations to solve these problems. So during these 2 months, we will be having multiple expert lectures to help you understand different concepts of how to go about this innovation journey, how to do research, ideation, innovation, and ultimately implementation of the project. So we want all the students to attend these sessions, and it will be a great learning exercise for you guys. So what happens after marathon? We get a lot of questions that, okay, once we have submitted the projects, now what? So we have created a unique opportunity for students of interning with our incubators, the ATL incubation centers, as well as our corporate partners. So we select top 350 teams out of thousands of entries, and these 350 teams will get to intern with these incubators and our partners. They will get to experience firsthand of an entrepreneur journey. They will be trained by the expert mentors and professionals who are actually working on ground. So this is one of a kind experience where school students get to work with the professionals in field. And from these top 350 teams, we will get top 50 teams who will go for student entrepreneurship program. Student entrepreneurship program is a 8 to 10 month boot camp where these students are taken through the entire entrepreneur's journey. They are trained on the latest state of the art technologies. They will be designing on 3D softwares. They will be creating prototypes. And not only that, they will also learn how to market these prototypes, and they will be pitching their products in front of expert panels. I am happy to share with you that some of the previous teams from the student entrepreneurship programs have even raised funding from different investors. So this is a unique opportunity for all the students to experience what an entrepreneur journey looks like. Yeah. Suman, let's move ahead. So this year's theme, as Chintan sir and Dipali has already shared with you, uh, we have taken up in the presidency of G20 this year. Next year is going to be very exciting with a lot of new things going to be happening in the country. And we wanted the students to work on these global challenges which India, along with other countries, are trying to solve. And as Chintan sir has mentioned that he is the chair for the Startup 20 this year, and we'll try to have some overlap between the ATL journey and the S20. So students, please take full utilize this opportunity, and we'll be looking forward to your innovations. So these are the brief problem statements based on the G20's priority areas. We have two problem statements under each theme: education, health, agriculture, environment and sustainability, development, digital economy, tourism. As mentioned, we have this others category. Although we would like you to work on the 7 topics that are part of the G20, but we don't want to restrict you. One new thing that we have added is the life movement, which is the Prime Minister's brainchild to make every citizen aware of their responsibility towards creating a, an environment for every individual to be environment conscious and to make India a, a, a responsible country and contribute towards the green mission that has been highlighted in different forums. So the next slide, Suma. So the top teams will be receiving prizes. The top 350 teams will be going for the internship program. Among these top 350 teams, the top 50 teams will go for student entrepreneurship program, which is the 8 to 10 month boot camp. Currently, we are having it with Dassault Systems, a French technology company. There will be special certificates for top 10 teams from each state, from rural areas, from government schools, aspirational districts, and children with special needs. And apart from this, uh, you should also understand that the top teams from marathon do get ample opportunities wherever we get a chance to showcase innovations. The top teams of marathon are our first go-to list from where we select the students. So apart from these prizes, there are many opportunities come up, and the marathon winners are always uh, the the most preferred teams for these opportunities. So make full use of this opportunity, and we'll be looking forward to your innovations and happy tinkering. Yeah, yeah. Back to you, Dipali.
Thank you so much, Prateek and Suman, for sharing more details about the marathon this year. Um, सबके लिए एक बार और मैं बता दूं कि मैराथन आज लॉन्च कर दिया गया है। आज से शुरू है मैराथन का आइडिएशन, प्रोटोटाइपिंग फेज। आप टाइम लगाइए, सोचिए इस बारे में। इस साल मैराथन क्लोज होगा 28 फरवरी को। सो आपके पास 28 फरवरी तक का समय है अपने एंट्रीज डालने के लिए। ये एंट्रीज आप हिंदी में भी डाल सकते हैं इस साल, और आपको ये फॉर्म भी हिंदी में दिखेगा। इस साल की थीम G20 इंडिया प्रेसिडेंसी एट G20 है। G20 के बारे में आपको बताया गया कि क्या है ये, और G20 के अंडर वेरियस प्रायोरिटीज हैं। तो हर प्रायोरिटी एरिया के अंडर 2 प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट्स हैं। आप ये प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट्स के ऊपर इनोवेट कर सकते हैं। इस साल आपको इन प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट्स के अलावा, अगर आपके माइंड में कोई प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट है, कोई चैलेंज है, कोई कम्युनिटी सोल्यूशन ढूंढा है आपने, तो आप उसको भी डाल सकते हैं। प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट का डिटेल देकर आप वो इनोवेशन एंट्री भी डाल सकते हैं मैराथन में। और प्राइजेस और सर्टिफिकेट्स एंड अपॉर्चुनिटीज आपको मिलते रहेंगे। आप इस मैराथन में पार्टिसिपेट करिए। मैं सब स्कूल से बोलना चाहूंगी एक बार और कि आप ज्यादा से ज्यादा नंबर्स में स्टूडेंट्स को एनकरेज करिए कि वो मैराथन में पार्टिसिपेट करें। ये एक अच्छी अपॉर्चुनिटी है कुछ सोच के, कुछ पर्पसफुल बनाने की, और फिर उसका आगे तक एक बेहतरीन फल मिलता है बच्चों को भी और आपको स्कूल को भी। तो इसके साथ अब लेट मी कॉल ऑन आवर स्टूडेंट आयुषी, जो कि बहुत सालों से जुड़ी हुई हैं अटल टिंकरिंग लैब से। आयुषी, you've been associated with Atal Tinkering Labs for a while now. Share with other students and let them know how your journey has been with the ATL lab and as well as with the marathon. Arushi, you can unmute yourself. Ayushi, are you here? Okay, while we're facing some technical issues, glitches here, I will invite Miss Gayatri Manikutti, who's a RMOC from Kerala, to share her experience. She's been mentoring students for ATL competitions, other competitions, and basically in their innovation journey. Miss Gayatri, share with us how your experience has been and some words of wisdom for the other mentors out there on what they should be doing and the students for the marathon.
Morning, Deepali ma'am. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but if we could also see you, that would be great. Do you have video connectivity?
Yes, I am trying to turn on the camera.
Okay, no problem. You can get started. Share your experience.
I'm sorry, because I mean, it just says preview mode, so sorry about that. So I have been involved as an Atal Mentor of Change for 3 years now, and I have been working in ATL schools, and I really think that the ATL Marathon is a really fantastic initiative because in today's economy, in this knowledge economy that we have, children must know how to develop mental flexibility, to embrace challenges, to learn to try and solve problems on their own, to try to innovate, and to understand what it means to become an entrepreneur, to learn what it means to build solutions, to see some solutions fail, to see some solutions succeed. So in the last 3-4 years that I've been working with, I have mentored over 80 teams in different years. And I've seen that through this ATL marathon process, children have learned to ask good questions. They have learned to understand that, in this entire journey, there is no such one answer which is the right answer. They learn how to do research, look through a lot of information, try to crystallize what is relevant, what is critical for the problems that they are trying to solve, how to make decisions, how to work with mentors, how to work in teams, how to become self-starters. And also learn to present their ideas with energy and passion and focus. So these skills are something I see is not at all taught in schools in the regular system. So I really, really believe that this opportunity that ATL Marathon provides is something very powerful and very unique. And I have had my mentees go through the SIP program. From last year, they're going with Dell Technologies. Then they have gone through the SEP program with Dassault Systems. And every single time, the children are just blown away by the experience, but how much they have to learn. And in some sense, I keep telling them, I'm a bit jealous of you because in my time, I didn't get to learn all these things. You're so young and you're really being prepared for the world. So everybody who is tuned in today, I really encourage all schools to really very open-heartedly encourage all the children to participate. It is an experience that they are going to remember, and this is going to stay in their life. So that has been my journey, and I really want you also to share this experience and be part of this. Thank you, Deepali ma'am.
Thank you so much, Gayatri ma'am, and thank you so much for continuously mentoring students in in and around Kerala. And you mentioned it already, but let me say that again. Ma'am has students who've been granted patents, who've won marathon and various other competitions in the past. So truly great work in guiding students, ma'am, and thank you so much for sharing your experience with us. I can see Ayushi is back here with us. Ayushi, thank you for joining. हम आपसे सुनना चाहते हैं कैसा रहा आपका एक्सपीरियंस मैराथन में एटीएल लैब्स के साथ. आई नो आप बहुत सालों से इनोवेट कर रहे हो, आप बहुत सालों से एटीएल इनोवेटर हो. So tell other students, you're a role model for many other students. Tell them how your journey has been and anything that you want to share with other students, because इस साल के स्टूडेंट्स मैराथन में पार्टिसिपेट करेंगे. एनीथिंग दैट हेल्प्स देम बिकॉज यू हैव बीन amongst the winning teams also. So share with them all of that.
Hello everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, you are, Ayushi. Go ahead.
Hello everyone. I am Ayushi Jain. I am a sophomore at the CSC department at NSUT, and I'm also an alumni of DAV Public School Vasantkunj. I feel honored to be given the opportunity to speak here. I first participated in ATL Marathon 2019, and it was a life-changing experience for me. My team, under the able guidance of Vanna Deepak ma'am, submitted the prototype Super Eyes, a device for the blind students, and it was selected amongst the top 50 projects in the ATL Marathon all over India. We were guided under the Amity Incubation Center. We were funded by Intel, and I got the chance to represent India at Sirius Center, Sochi, Russia, where we worked with Russian students and presented a new project. We created a new project and we presented it to the Russian president. In ATL Marathon 2020 as well, our project Tech Bus was selected amongst the top 150 projects, and we were guided by Adobe. The ATL marathons not only helped us in making a good resume, but I also learned the true essence of entrepreneurship. And now I'm confident that if given a problem statement, I can easily think of an idea and make it a reality. I wish all the current participants and students all the best and encourage all the students and teachers to participate in this amazing competition, give a tough fight, and make projects that have a potential to make a better world. Thank you so much for having me here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ayushi, and really happy to see an alumni who's now saying that she has benefited from this journey. And I hope you're continuing that tinkering in your life in general. Thank you so much for sharing all that you have experienced through the marathon, be it your internships, be it the experience of going to Russia. And I'm sure many more students are motivated by what you have just shared with them. So thanks a lot, Ayushi. And with that, let me invite an ATL in charge, Ms. Jyoti Joseph from Excel Public School. Excel Public School has also been amongst the schools which had the highest number of winning teams in the top 350 identified and selected from the ATL Marathon of last edition. So, Ms. Jyoti, thank you so much for joining us, and do share with us what's the secret recipe and sauce that you've used that Excel Public School has had the maximum number of top teams in the ATL Marathon. And I do know that there are very good innovations coming out of Excel Public School students. So do share with other ATL in charges on what they should be doing for them to participate in this year's marathon.
Thank you, Deepali. Happy morning to all. In the 21st century, as the world is getting more and more competitive, we as teachers, I think, need to foster learning in our students so that they are dynamic, collaborative, and resourceful. I mean, recognizing learning as a social process, I think we need to nurture curiosity, creativity, and imagination. And I think ATL Marathon for school children is a perfect platform where it challenges innovation among students by giving them a community problem of their choice and develop innovative solution. Excel Public School has been an active participant in this event. We have tried making use of the opportunities given by ATL and AIM, and it has been a great learning for our students and also for us mentor teachers. The first thing I would want to share here is it has created a spirit and a culture of innovation among all our students where they are now trying to identify the problems around them, trying to find a solution for the same. And we as mentor teachers have started helping them to empathize, to identify the problems around. Second thing is, I think it is helping us to develop the younger generation to create a responsible society. And as mentor teachers, I think we are helping them to design thinking and to take them through these process so that they are able to arrive at a solution for the problems. It has given an opportunity for our students to go beyond the textbook and curriculum for sure, which has made learning more fun and meaningful. I think we are trying to foster 21st century learning skills of critical thinking, collaboration, communication, and creative thinking in this process. I feel the best part of this process has been that our students are able to face failure and are able to understand that it is okay to fail and start from where they stopped. I mean, we teachers are able to handhold them at every point. And I'm grateful to Atal Innovation Mission, who has been preparing our younger generation to be future ready. I'm sure this year's ATL Marathon will be able to create a paradigm shift in the students' mindset and will be able to prepare them to become more innovative and young entrepreneurs. Thank you for the time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Jyoti ma'am, and thank you for guiding your students and also touching upon an important thing that it is not just about winning. I may be saying that these are the top teams. Ayushi has been a top innovator. Gayatri ma'am students have had patents and they're amongst the top teams. Jyoti ma'am's school, Excel Public School, has had many top entrants. But I'm sure all of you would agree with me that there are also many more students who may not be amongst the top students or top teams of marathon, but because they participated in the marathon, those skills are added for life, and of course they will be benefiting from it, if not right away, but in future in life. And these same students also, I know many teams in the first year may not have featured in the top 100, top 350, but in the coming years, as you improve on your innovations, as you work on your skills, you get better with each year and you then feature in the top 100 or 350. Let me say that the competition is increasing each year. Now we get more than 7,000, 10,000 entries every year, and through various competitions there are over 20, 30,000 innovations that come up to us. So it's very hard for us also to be able to judge and select the top 300, 350. So if you've made it, great. But even if you haven't, I'm sure you'll still learn and enjoy the entire journey of a marathon. You'll make friends for life, like Dr. Chintan said, and you'll also, just enjoy the whole process of innovating, working on something which is currently a problem, but you solved it. So that feeling of solving a problem, helping someone, helping your school, helping your community, helping India, helping the world, I think that is really rewarding in its own self. So thank you for sharing your experience. And now let me, announce through Dr. Chintan the launch of the coffee table book that was a compendium of the top stories of the top innovators from the last to last edition of ATL Marathon. As you all have heard us say a few times, that the marathon is really a journey, a runway. And, it takes a lot for these top teams who are featuring in this compendium to come through that entire journey. First, the marathon, then being selected in the top 350, then participating in the student internship innovator program, and then the top teams of SIP come into the student entrepreneurship program. Again, these top 50 teams, top 100 teams who feature in the top student entrepreneurship program are then going through a long 8 months long journey of a boot camp, of a focused program with our partners, industry partners. And these are the stories of those top teams, top 25 to 30 teams who are really coming through that journey and sharing their experiences and stories. And this is our way of celebrating their long journey and success of being an ATL innovator. So, Dr. Chintan, a few words from you, and then we will, launch the ATL Marathon. Sorry, the ATL handbook, coffee table book.
Yes, thank you, Dipali. So, well, my congratulations to everybody who is going to feature in this coffee table book. We always, of course, say that, participation is the prize, not featuring here, featuring there. Applause are sort of a byproduct. But I that said, I must say that this is a very competitive affair. I like to say that this is more competitive than getting into Harvard University because we have a very large number of people and we ultimately are able to, honor a very small number of people. So my heartiest congratulations to all of the innovators, their supporting teachers, mentors, principals, parents, everybody that made this possible. I myself really love to thumb through this collection and from wherever possible talk about some or the other idea, because it really enchants people to see how the young people in our nation are making a big contribution. So congratulations.
Thank you. With that, we launched the coffee table book. It's an ebook right now, and you'll be able to see it on our website under the name of the Ingenious Tinkerers. This is a compendium of the top student innovator stories, and I encourage everyone to look through it. It's really fascinating, like Dr. Chintan said, to read through these stories, their innovations, how their journey has been. We do look at it. This is shared with many people at various platforms. So this is indeed a great celebration, and congratulations once again to all the teams who featured in this book. Yes, so it is under the various pillars for which the marathon edition was, and top teams of each of those theme pillars are featuring in this book. All right, so with that, we come to the end of this YouTube live session. Let me thank the entire team, ATL team, who's been working hard for the ATL Marathon. Pratik Deshmukh and Suman Pandit, who've been working hard to bring together this version of the marathon to you. Tanvi Mishra and Vishnupriya for coming up and finalizing and creating this coffee table book for the top innovators of the previous edition of Marathon. Congratulations to all the teachers, students, mentors, principals, and schools for featuring in it. And congratulations to everyone for participating and being a part of the ATL movement, being a 10,000 strong community now. With that, we'll close this YouTube live session, and we look forward to many entries this year in the ATL Marathon. You can get more details on our website through the concept note that is there, and you can eventually apply for this marathon in Hindi as well as in English. Thank you so much for joining us for this YouTube live session. We will continue to do more and more sessions in the coming weeks as we walk you through the different pillars, the different themes of the marathon this year. And we'll be doing a lot of knowledge, skills building sessions as well to, answer any questions, explain more about the marathon journey and about the various themes. So look out for those sessions as well. We're participating with you, along with you in this journey of the ATL Marathon 22-23. Thank you, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank